All right, my wonderful little Grayskull gang. We are here. It's one of those 10 o'clock vlogs, 10 o'clock recaps, if you will. I remember, gosh, I did these for a while. Like, I remember there was a time period where, I think it was the first semester of college, where literally my day would just be jam-packed to the brim, to where I would just come home at around 9 or 10 and do a recap every night. And it's definitely going to be a lot more interesting than this one, because today has been zen. Not much going on. Got some laundry done, got some chores done, letting the hip heal up a little bit. It feels a little bit better at moments, and then it's like you forget about it, and then you feel it like a lot. So didn't go to jiu-jitsu for that reason. I felt good enough to where I was like, I don't want to go there and screw it up, because even like it's like you can kind of tell what positions will make it hurt, but it's almost like random little stuff that's just like, oh my god, like why is that doing it? But it does. So I was like, you know what, let's not push it. Especially when it was finally starting to feel better. I'm like, I don't want to go there and then screw it up, and you know, we're back to square one. But regardless, it's been a good day. Just chilling. Yeah, pretty much chilling. Watched some movies. I watched some crazy one earlier. I can't even remember the name. It was Dream something. I don't know. But it was good. It was, I don't know. I kind of want to go back to the movies like how we did, like a month or two ago, where we actually went and saw the movies in the theaters, because I feel like they're, I don't know, always interesting. But anyway. I was laying down and I was like, you know what, I would like to go to bed. I would like to. But I'm also a vlogger, so I've got to create my vlog for the day, which means also doing push-ups and all that. I need to schedule a haircut. I should have done that today, but now I'm just remembering because I'm looking at my sideburns. And let's just say we tried to wing it ourselves, and I mean, it's not horrible, but it's like you can kind of tell. I don't know, but looks a little bit. No. I was gonna say cleaner, but it just kind of looks thin. But yeah, we need to get an actual haircut before school for sure. But in the next week or so, be optimal. Also, today was going to be the first day of our split, but like I said, ended up just letting today run out as a rest day, and then tomorrow we're going to start it. It's going to be not exactly like what I planned, where it's the upper body, whatever. In fact, we're going to, honestly, I don't really know. I haven't planned out exactly what workout we're going to do tomorrow. All I know is that waking up early, getting to the gym next to work, doing all that, probably the sauna as well, so I can see more Grandpa Wiener. And then heading to work, because I got to be there by 7. They need my help measuring. We have to pretty much like measure the capacity and the size of all of their event spaces. I have to help the HR event dude with that, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think we got to clean one of them, and cleaning is practically one of my best skills at this point. So for that reason, we got to be there pretty early, but it works out. Honestly, like, I was already resting today, but another big reason why I didn't want to do that or go work out was of the fact that to drive all the way out there right next to work and not work just felt kind of like, why? You know what I mean? Why? So yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I mean, it's literally right next to work, so there would have been like no point. But yeah. yeah, so that's why I was like, you know what, let's wait till tomorrow. And yeah, I'm not sure if I should do, I guess I could reverse it and do like chest or something tomorrow. I don't know. Oh, I will figure it out. But all I know is that tomorrow we're gonna get a nice little workout in. So let's get a nice little workout in right now though, and do our 50 push-ups and read our book and whatnot. And we're actually getting fairly close to actually finishing this very small book. But again, I've kind of been taking my time with it, let's say that. It's such a small book that I really just kind of just been taking bits and pieces every night and digesting it instead of your 15-minute reading sessions. Because honestly, this book probably would have been done in about a week's time of those. So for that reason, I was like, you know what, we'll read a bit, you know, and then, I don't know, just so that we don't feel like we're just glossing through it. But regardless, I'm gonna stop yapping. We got some push-ups to do. Face is looking a little bit more normal, kind of healing up, but we still definitely look a little estranged. But has never stopped us before, so let's do some push-ups, folks. And I always hate, like, complaining about sicknesses or pains. But trust me, I only really complain about them when they're actually bothering me. You know what I mean? Especially to the extent of this hip injury. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you know, I broke my hip or anything like that. But certainly something was torn or strained for sure, because it, guys, is not pleasant. I don't know if any of you have ever had a hip injury, but it is really not something I recommend. Just for the obvious fact of every single time you go to move or step or walk, think about how your hip's like in a ball joint, you know what I mean? And it's like, if it goes a certain way, it's just very sharp, like, fuck you, pain, fuck you. So, that's kind of what I've been figuring out about this injury, is that it is, it can be forgiving sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, all right. I actually ran down the steps for the first time, I think it was today. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're back. And then it was like a couple hours later, I get to go up the stairs, and it was like, holy shit, you know, this sucks. And it's almost even worse when you're trying to sleep, and it's one of those pains that wakes you up in the middle of the night when you're tossing and turning. Fun stuff. So if you've ever had a hip injury, maybe you'll know. If not, because I don't think it's an extremely common thing, be glad. But it seems to be healing pretty quickly, so hopefully these push-ups help it heal. Yeah, let's ready, set, hike. And that, folks, is 50. Whew. Honestly, I damn near almost had the confidence that I could do all 50 from the get-go. I don't know. I felt like I was for sure going to get a lot more than normal. Which, I mean, 35 technically is, but all I know is felt better than the last 2 days. So, okay. Let's help ourselves up here. Okay. Yeah. There we go, though, folks. 50 bomb. is complete. Whew. 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 Alright, though. Let's do some reading. Drink some of this delectable water. And, maybe go see the beast from the east. Is that a plan? Yeah. Damn. Alright, guys. I was honestly just sorry, I just kind of started reading for tonight in the new chapter, a few pages in, and I actually think there was something interesting that popped up. So this chapter, honestly, let me sit on this real quick, just a little bit, yeah, there we go. This chapter's called Creativity is Subtraction. Yeah, starts by pretty much explaining to choose what to leave out. You know, the way to kind of get over a creative block is to kind of place a block or a limiter in your creative function. So whether it's writing a song on your lunch break or trying to paint a painting with only one color, or even, you know, more practical examples like starting a business with no beginning capital or beginning money, or even the bare minimum of shooting a movie with your iPhone. Just using what you have, and because it talks in here about sometimes having limitless possibilities, although it can be awe-inspiring, can also be extremely daunting when creating things, just because your brain trying to take that in and every cause and effect of every decision is very overwhelming in its own right. So by placing these kind of blockades, you're able to think in a more confined path. So yeah, it says right here that the right constraints can actually lead to your very best work. And the author's favorite example is that Dr. Seuss wrote The Cat in the Hat with only 236 different words. So his editor bet him he couldn't write a book with only 50 different words. So Dr. Seuss came back and won the bet with, honestly, you've probably never heard of this Dr. Seuss book. Green Eggs and Ham. I'm really telling you guys, my iPhone storage just hates me. At the end of the night, it always fills up. And it's never, ever really from actual, like, the amount of videos or whatever I have on here. Because typically I'll delete them after a while in my gallery. But, yeah, it's CapCut. It starts at, like, let's say 20 MB or whatever, gigabytes, we'll just say, and it ends up at like 200 within like the end of the month. I don't know, but it's a pain in the ass. So I just delete it and reinstall it, but it just always ends up cutting me off at the worst parts. If you've ever seen it happen, it's never never friendly. But yeah, Green Eggs and Ham. Yeah, if you've ever heard of that one, which ended up being one of the most best-selling children's books of all time. Jeez, okay, there we go. Oh, and let's just read this quote right here. Telling yourself you have all the time in the world, all the money in the world, all the colors in the palette, anything you want, that just kills creativity. I think it's a very interesting concept of, I don't know if it's really like a primitive type of thought, but only having like certain things available, your brain thinks harder of things that you can actually do with those, if that makes sense. Like almost like survival, like if you only had this much food to ration, blah blah blah, and all these different resources, how to actually manage that. I think that is kind of being applied to creativity in the sense of you only have this many paints, you only have, you know, this little scope of ideas, whatever it is, and your brain can think more primitively in that way. I don't know, maybe I'm just bullshitting, but that's kind of how I interpreted it. And then I guess I will just read this last page before it goes to a new subheading. So yeah, we'll just read this part. The artist Saul Steinberg said, sounds so familiar, "What we respond to in any work of art is the artist's struggle against his or her limitations. It's often what an artist chooses to leave out that makes the art interesting. What isn't shown versus what is. It's the same for people. What makes us interesting isn't just about what we've experienced, but also what we haven't experienced. The same is true when you do your work. You must embrace your limitations and keep moving. In the end, creativity isn't just the things we choose to put in, it's the things we choose to leave out. So choose wisely and have fun." See, the book can be interesting. Some parts are, you know, hang up a calendar and log your days, you know. And others are actually deep, kind of thought-provoking ways of thinking about creativity, which is kind of why I picked up the book. I'm kind of unsure of the next book that I should continue with after this. I do have a few small options, like the Tao Te Ching, a Chinese philosophy book, and also Only the Lover Sings. It's another philosophy book. I had to get it for my Death and Dying class, but we ended up not even reading it, so that's always cool. But yeah, I have a bunch of little books, and I'd like to really just kind of knock those out, and yeah, because I feel like it's less daunting to, instead of just like this massive book that's like, oh shit, you know, I actually got to read a lot to really even make a dent in it. So yeah, but I think the goal, this now is popping in my head, it would be a very ambitious goal, but I think by the end of next year, I could possibly finish all these books on this bookshelf, because I have quite a few, and I haven't read like any of them. A lot of them I've started, I've delved into, or I know what it's about, it seems really interesting, or it's a series, and I've just never really finished it. And something really embarrassing is that this small ass tiny little book, Steal Like an Artist, when I finish it, will be one of the first books almost ever I think I've actually finished from start to finish. I've read books maybe like 75-80% of the way, and yet never finished it. So I cannot remember the last time from all of the books I've picked up and read and whatnot where I've seriously sat down night after night, or even in a sitting, whatever the case may be, and actually finished a book from start to finish. So this, even though it is small, it is simple, pretty much as bare bones as it gets, it will be a win for me. So I will take that one however I can get it, and then slowly make our way into more larger and more kind of complex ideas and books. And yeah, and I think it would definitely be more interesting to kind of discuss more of it with you guys. I have a lot of graphic novels as well. That's one thing when school gets back in that I really can't wait to do. Because at work, like, I can read, but it's not like guaranteed time. You know what I mean? At school, I have these gaps in between my classes or my lunch. Guys, I don't really sit with people and when I eat my lunch, I just don't really like to. Like, if I get invited to a table or, like, I'm around with, like, Aliza or somebody else, I'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll, sit down and have lunch with you. I'm not that type of sociable guy. I'm really just sit down, either read or watch my YouTube, and that be my lunch. I just enjoy that a lot more. That's like the only time kind of during the school day where I really get some solitude, so I really like to embrace that. It's not that I'm necessarily a geek or a nerd, not that I'm not, but I enjoy my alone time a lot. I like being by myself. I feel like there's less going on, a lot less distractions. Kind of just focus on me. But yeah, anyway, how that was segmented and what I was saying was I've been holding off going and getting comics to read from the comic book store that's right next to my house, and I would love to make it a little tradition to maybe every 2 weeks on my pay week go and just pick up like a comic or a couple comics to read until my next paycheck. First should probably finish what we do have, but I would find it a lot more interesting. I don't know. I feel like comics and graphic novels are so inspiring to me just because of the level of art and storytelling at the same time. And that's one of my favorite combinations of using art or any type of medium, is being able to draw these amazing, elaborate, creations, bringing something out of nothing, pretty much. And I'm not talking like basic superhero stuff. I've always liked more villains and just, I don't know, darker things, but not even necessarily just that, but just kind of, I don't know, like if the art style really brings me in. I'm a sucker for a good story and good art. That's really what I'm trying to say. So I'd like to expose myself to more of that. And comic books, typically the style is one of my favorite, even though it's very broad saying that. But yeah, I feel like there's just so many talented artists in that field, and I love to soak it all in. So that will probably be the plan when school starts back up, but I just want to get a lot more reading done, really. I feel like it's so, it's definitely good for your brain, but it's also just, I don't know. It's a different type of feeling than, reading from your phone or something. Like, you're really there, just you and a book. So, yeah. Let's go check in on the beast. I had to wake the beast from slumber with my dad. She wasn't even sleeping. She was just laying in there with him. Jeez. Oh. Sit. Come up. Up. There you go, little butler. Little butler dog. You like it? Oh, she's fainting. She's fainting. Buddy rigger. Look at you. Yeah. You got a toy? Toys? That's the beast from the east. Look at her. Hungry as always. Tails a wagging. She knows. Little beast from the east. She knows. Alright, Rigger. I just wanted to check up on you. Give you a treat. Give him a kiss goodnight, Riggs. Oh, yeah. Sniff the trash can. Yeah, that's where all the food's at, little trash panda. Whoa. Dad is asleep, literally right over there. Oh my. Okay, I cannot be with you. You are not normal. I am not going near that creature again. She just wanders. This is her house, and we're just living in it. This is her world. We're just living in it. The majestic Rhaegar moves through the darkness, looking for treats and kibble. Alright, y'all, though. It is enough craziness with that dog. It is time to cross off our calendar for the day. Let's do it. Alright. Also, love that lamp. That's still one of the coolest things I think I own. Yeah. Alright. The 11th. Oh, tomorrow's the 12th, which means the new Alien show. I think it's Alien Earth comes out. I think it's on Hulu too. So my dad was trying to watch it the other night because apparently Reddit told him it was already out, but it lied. It lied to him. So it's out the 12th. It looks really cool. It looks like pretty much a new Alien movie, but in the form of a show. Comment your favorite color. Let me know, especially for those who are, especially for those who are frequent commenters. What is your favorite color? I'd say mine. Let's see if it really is even on here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Emergency, emergency. It's kind of that. It's not really orange, but like a little bit more yellow than that. Like a race yellow. Like right in the middle of like orange and yellow. Like that right there. Almost like an ember. Golden glow, if you will. That and black. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Those are my favorite colors. I mean, you obviously have, you know, your earth tones, your grays, very cool colors, but I'd really say yellow and black are really kind of just my favorite, you know? So. Okay, well, she's just nibbling away at her gooch, so comment your favorite colors, and yeah, let's get to know each other. It's like first date questions. Not even that. It's like you're texting a girl for the first time, and you know, when you have to ask that question, you know you fucked up. You know it's new beginnings, and you got to start all over again. What's your favorite color? I don't fucking care, woman. I just want to see your boobs. Yeah. I mean, no, but yeah. So, alright guys, good night. Before I say anything else too wild, let's go ahead and finish her out for the night. Thank you all for all the support. Just read the comments in the middle of this vlog, so that's cool. Lots of good ones. And yeah, hips feeling better today. A lot of resting was done, so yeah, it's a good day. So see you guys tomorrow. Big old freaking Rhaegar deuces for tonight, and she's still nibbling on the gooch. All right, deuces.